Warriors, this is Meghan Cole
and Amber Renee Bush.
and this is the third edition of WVC.
Let's see how some kids are getting ready for this year's pep rally.
Wow, look at all the people for the pep rally.
I know it. Warriors, we're going to teach you how to have that same spirit.
Who in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah! What? I'm gonna be late for school. Come on! Come on! Ah! Ah! You know, Warriors, I wouldn't be late if I just woke up 5 minutes earlier. It's not that hard. Even you can do it.
Did you know that 60% of the referrals written in our school are for being late? It's writing referrals. How are we going to solve this problem? Here's a simple equation to keep everything straight. If x is equal to the number of tardies and y is equal to 1 unexcused absence, then 3 tardies is equal to an absence. But 3y is also equal to something called z, which means you're not exempt. Add the variables, start canceling, you end up with a simple solution of don't be late. See, Warriors, it's not that hard. Just come to school early and you won't have to end up with one of these. This is Mindy reporting for WVC.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm looking up information about colleges.
Oh, well, you didn't have to do that. You could have gone to college night.
Oh, really? How did that go?
Oh, Tiffanie will tell us about it.
Hey Warriors, what are you doing after high school? Are you living with your parents? How about work? What about college? If you're one of those people who aren't ready to take that next step, don't worry. Sophomores and juniors, y'all have a little extra time. I would definitely take advantage of that. As for the class of 2005, our time is now.
Welcome to Harvard.
Don't be scared. Everyone will love you.
College can be a scary thought. Lots of us don't know where we want to go or what we would even study once we got there. GPISD puts together a college night for high school students just like us. Colleges from all around come to one of our high school campuses to tell you a little bit about their college. Although this year's college night has already passed, there are still ways where you can learn about the colleges that interest you. The College and Career Center in the library is a great place to go. Still don't know?
What college are you going to and how did you choose that college?
I'm going to Texas A&M University, and I chose that college because they're one of the best colleges in the country for engineering, and that's one of my possible majors.
Just because he does that mean you do too?
This is Tiffanie with WVC.
Tonight, when you're showing your spirit at the games, don't forget to come by the concession stand.
Nick, whatever. Look, Daniel has a degree in culinary arts. Speaking of culinary arts, what smells so good? Huh? You just go check it out.
Ever wanted to be a chef or just learn how to cook? If so, then Culinary Arts is a place to be, especially with their new kitchen this year. Let's go check it out. In Culinary Arts, students are given the opportunity to learn about the art of cooking. But what about the teacher? What is her story?
Karen Harris, and I've been teaching 21 years here at South Rhine Prairie High School, and I've taught the culinary class for 7 years. My favorite thing is seeing the kids get excited about what they do for other people. We do lots of catering jobs, events at different places, and that's my favorite part, is seeing them get excited about what they're doing. They have competed in culinary competitions on the district level with Skills USA, and we had first, second, and third place in our district competition, also in food and beverage service.
Most people don't know that Culinary Arts got a brand new kitchen this year, but what do they have to say?
Last year we had just a regular old stovetop from home. It took forever to make foods and heat up stuff we didn't never do, but when things were done, when it was not done, and sometimes it just broke on you.
So we have nothing in our new kitchen that is like what you would have at home. This is all commercial quality equipment.
So we have way more than just stoves and ovens, microwaves. We have like raising pans, gas grills.
Our kitchen is so much nicer this year, and I'm really glad that I'm part of the culinary arts program to work on. I remember one morning my mom was teaching us how cooking? It's fun.
I started cooking when I was like 7 years old. My brothers and stuff would go outside to help my dad work on the car. I stay in the kitchen with my mom.
For me, I guess I was born into it. It's a family thing. We party all the time, and I was always in the kitchen with my grandma.
So we know they like to cook, but what is their favorite thing about culinary arts?
I love to make anything. I love the competition mainly, and the heat and the attention of the restaurant.
I like to eat what I cook.
My favorite thing about cooking is, I guess there's no limits to it. You can be really creative with it, and you can make anything you want to make.
So make sure you stop by Culinary Arts to check out the new kitchen, and because
We have an ice machine.
Man, all these movies are so old.
I know, we need to see something new.
Shawn can help us. He has the story.
All right.
Hey Warriors, have you been to the movies lately? Well, I'm here to tell you what was hot and what was not during the month of September. One of the best action films I've seen in the last couple of months is Resident Evil Apocalypse. Definitely better than the original. By far the best movie of September and probably the best romantic comedy of the year is Wimbledon, starring Paul Bettany and Kirsten Dunst. The worst movie of the month was probably The Forgotten, which lacked that one thing that all movies should have, a plot. A great way to start out the month of October was the release of Ladder 49. I gotta tell you, this was a great movie. A little long, don't get me wrong, it has its faults. But if you love a good hero movie, you'll like this film. If you love good acting, you'll love this film. So go see it, you'll love it, it's worth the money. Now I'm one that usually likes a good animated movie. Now Shark Tale, which is also coming out this week, wasn't one of them. The movie was a little too drawn out, only an hour and a half long, but it felt like it was 2 hours long. And if you ask anyone in the Mediatek 2 class, this movie bites. This is Shawn Griffiths reporting for the WBC.
With all the excitement in the air, don't forget the serious issues.
Be safe around train crossings. Shawn has more on this story.
Every year, there are well over 42,000 deaths in car accidents. The Federal Railroad Administration says that almost half of that is by train and car collisions.
So how important is it to pay attention to railroad crossings? Well, folks, in recent memory, I would say in the last 3 years, we've had 8 accidents involving trains. Now, a train can't move, so it's usually people that step out in front of a train or people that disregard a barricade. And of the last few accidents, none of them have survived. We've had accidents by people, pedestrians who've stepped on the railroad tracks. We've had bicycles that have tried to cross the railroad tracks. We've had vehicles that have tried to cross railroad tracks. When you're taking a 1,500-pound vehicle and pinning it against a 1 million pound engine, you're not going to win. But let's say you do survive. Well, there is a charge in the state of Texas Traffic Motor Code called disregarding a barricade with a maximum fine of $500. However, it is best to stop, look, and listen, and look both ways, because trains, they're deceptively fast, and just looking at a train oncoming, you cannot tell how fast it's going. Now, I know it can be an irritant to have to wait there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, even 5 minutes for a train of 100 cars to pass, but I guarantee you, it's worth your life. So, the next time you come up to a railroad crossing, remember, in Grand Prairie, the last 8 people that have gone up against trains, not one of them has survived. This is Officer Amazon telling you, stop, look, listen, and survive. Thank you.
Nearly 50% of the accidents occur at crossings equipped with flashing lights, barrier gates, and warning bells. Half of the time, the driver fails to stop at the gates or drives around them thinking they can beat the train. So remember, Warriors, use common sense and wait for the train. This is Shawn Morris reporting for the WBC.
Grand Theft Auto is not just a video game.
It can also be a real-life situation.
Amy has a story.
Hey Warriors, have you heard of this new carjacking scheme? You go to your car, unlock it, start it, and as you go to pull out, you notice the piece of paper on your back windshield blocking your view. You then go out to remove the paper, and as you do, the carjackers jump in your car and take off. Girls, odds are your purse is in the car too, meaning not only do they have your keys, but they probably now know where you live. Care to try this again?
Are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that
Instead, just lock your doors, drive away, and remove the paper later.
draw the same that burn crosses.
Remember, Warriors, always be careful and watch your back because you never know who's watching you. This is Amy Vermillion reporting for the WBC.
Whoa, look at that move.
Wow, I wonder how the Lady Warriors are doing this year.
You know Nathaniel will tell you.
Oh yeah.
Hey Warriors, are you wondering how good the volleyball team's doing? Well, I talked with a couple of the players and here's what they said.
This season's going really well so far. We're 6-1, and Capels are really our biggest competition. So as long as we can beat everybody else, then we'll have a shot in playoffs, and we're really looking forward to going to playoffs.
The season's going good. We're off to a good start.
I've been playing since the 7th grade.
I've been playing since 7th grade.
We play Grand Parade tonight at 6:30 here, so everybody come watch.
You heard it, Warriors, so come support the volleyball team as they take on the Gophers tonight.
Wow, you see how those kids were so pumped?
We want to see the same thing tonight at the Gopher Warrior Bowl.
See you there.
Hey Warriors, were you there last year for the close game between the Warriors and the Gophers? Well, if you weren't, be there this year for one of the most remembered games of the season.